I call upon Abdul Aziz Diab Al Abdul Salam.
Assalamu alaikum. First, of course, I would like to thank my wife and my parents for their support. And I would like to thank my company, Ahli Bank, for nominating me as the BizPro candidate this year. And of course, I'd like to thank NTI and KPMG for this amazing experience. I'm truly honored and humbled by this award. Thank you. So what does it take to be a BizPro winner? For me, it took me 13 years, living in 4 different countries, and of course, after I came back, a good cup of chai karak. Sure, all of you know that. I'd like to share a story with you of a boy, a man, and a leader. It was the last 2 minutes of the most important time in my life. I was sweating, my heart was beating fast, and I was scared. In a blink of an eye, when I managed to take that winning point, and when the referee stopped the fight, announcing that I was the winner, I jumped and I screamed out of joy. As I looked at my opponent, his eyes were staring and his face was down. I held his hand, I hugged him, and I kissed his forehead. That opponent was my little brother. I was 12 and he was just 10. At the age of 3, my parents forced me into martial arts, believing that it'll teach me discipline. It did. And of course, it taught me a lot of other things as well. It taught me how to believe in myself. It taught me how to be passionate at what I do. And it taught me to be compassionate. By the age of 13, I coached and trained people twice my age and size. And at that very young age, a leader was being made. I started my career in Oman as an IT database programmer. Later on, I pursued my undergrads in Kuala Lumpur, where I did a degree in business administration. And when I was done with that, I convinced my father to invest in me to become a chef. And I did that. I learned how to become a chef, and I worked as a chef. But I made a deal with him that one day when I start my restaurant, I'm going to make him a partner. I still don't have my restaurant yet, but that skill surely came in handy when I met my wife. I didn't have to convince her much. When I was done with my education in the Far East, I decided that I wanted to travel and see the world. So I joined the airline industry, and I worked in Bahrain and in Abu Dhabi as a flight attendant. And during that time, I've traveled over 55 countries and met people from all over the place. And when I finally decided to settle down, I got married, and I pursued my career in business, specifically in banking and finance, where I finally obtained my master's in finance as well. And this was back in the UAE, in Dubai, 7 years ago. During my journey, living in different countries, working in different industries, and meeting different people, I've learned one very important thing that I'll keep to my heart: the importance of understanding and investing in people. Who I am today is because of the people that I met throughout my journey. Hence, my passion to drive people to achieving their best is a natural thing to me. And it's about time that I share this experience with my people back home, here in Oman, and to bring in a positive change. There's a quote that I'd like to share with you. It's by a business scholar called Brian Tracy. Become the kind of leader that people would follow voluntarily, even if you had no title or position. And that's who I am today, and that's what I will always be. Thank you very much.